Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Read from Srimad Bhagavatam from 9th canto, 4th chapter. I chant. Shri Bhama Vacha Stanam Madhyam Saha Vishvametat Kridavasane Triprarata Samghe Prupanga Matre Nahi Sanditaksho Kalatmano Yasya Tiro Bhavishyati Aham Bhavo Daksha Prigu Pradhana Prachesha Utesha Suresha Mukhya Sarve Vayam Yan Niyamam Prapana Murtnarpitam Loka Hitam Vahama Aham Bhavo Daksha Prigo Pradhana Prachesha Putesha Suresha Mukhya Sarve Vayam Yan Yamam Prapana Murnyarpitam Loka Hitam Vahama Aham I Bhava and Lord Shiva Daksha Prajapati Daksha Prigu the great saint Prigu Pradhana and others headed by them Pracha Isha the controllers of the Prachas Bhuta Isha the controllers of the living entities Sura Isha the controllers of the demigods Mukhya headed by them Sarve all of them Vayam we also Yat Nyamam whose regulative principle Prapana are surrendered Murnya Arpitam bowing our heads Loka Hitam for the benefit of all living entities Vahama carry out the orders ruling over the living entities. So what should I do? There are other verses also, huh? Huh? Should I read first the other ones? Okay, yeah, read this one, huh? 49. So, Tad Aditravat Udvikshya Svaprayasam Sa Nishpalam Durvasa Tutruve Vito Dikshu Prana Paripsaya. That's text 49 from 4th chapter, 9th canto. Huh? Upon seeing that his own attempt had failed and that the Sudarshan chakra was moving towards him, Durvasa Muni became very frightened and began to run in all directions to save his life. Text 50. Tam anvadavat bhagavat ratangam tabaknir udhut shiko yatahim tathanu shaktam munir ikshamano guham vivikshu prasasara mero. As the blazing flames of the forest fire pursue a snake, the disk of the Supreme Personality of Godhead following Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni saw that the disk was almost touching his back and thus he ran very swiftly, desiring to enter a cave of Sumeru mountain. Dishona Pakshmam Vivaran Samudran Lokan Zapalam Stridivam Gatasaha Yato Tavati Tatra Sudarshanam Tushprasaham Tadarsha. Just to protect himself, Durvasa Muni fled everywhere, in all directions, in the sky, on the surface of the earth, in caves, in the ocean, on different planets of the rulers of the three worlds, and even on the heavenly planets. But wherever he went, he immediately saw following him the unbearable fire of the Sudarshan Chakra. Alaptanata sasata kudaschit santrashta chittoranam eshamana devam virincham samagat vidhatas trahiatma yone chittate chasomam. With a fearful heart, Durvasa Muni went here and there seeking shelter, but when he could find no shelter, he finally approached Lord Brahma and said, "O my Lord, O Lord Brahma, kindly protect me from the blazing Sudarshan Chakra sent by the Supreme Personality of Godhead." Sri Brahma Vacha Stanam Madiyam Saha Vishvametat Kritavasanit Viprarata Samgye Prubhangamatre hi sanditaksho Kalatmano yasya tiro bhavishyati Aham bhavo daksha prigu pradhana Rachesha putesha suresha mukhya Sarve vayam yamam prapana Murnyarpitam lokahitam bahama. Lord Brahma said, at the end of the Dviparada, when the pastimes of the Lord comes to an end, Lord Vishnu, by a flick of his eyebrows, vanquishes the entire universe, including our places of residence. Such personalities as me and Lord Shiva, as well as Daksha, Brigu, and similar great saints, of which they are the head, and also the rulers of the living entities, the rulers of the human society, and the rulers of the demigods, all of us surrender to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, bowing our heads to carry out his orders for the benefit of all living entities. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the Bhagavad-Gita 10:34 it is said, Mrityu sarvaharaschaham. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead approaches as dead or the of time, he takes everything away. In other words, all opulence, prestige, and everything we possess is given by the Supreme Lord for some purpose. It is the duty of the surrendered soul to execute the orders of the Supreme. No one can disregard him. Under the circumstances, Lord Brahma refused to give shelter to Durvasa Muni from the powerful Sudarshan Chakra sent by the Lord. Om Agyatimaranyasya Gananchana Salakyam Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasvai Shri Gurave Namaha. So I think it's already a lot told already about this interesting story from Srimad Bhagavatam. How not the devotee came in trouble, or a king, but a sage. And the sage was nobody else than Durvasa Muni. Actually, Durvasa Muni is a partial incarnation of Rudra. Therefore easily he becomes angry if he is not satisfied with somebody. And as Rudra or Lord Shiva easily also could become happy and give benediction. Ashutosha. So easily give blessings, easily give cursing someone. This is Durvasa Muni's nature. Therefore, everyone is afraid of him. Whenever Durvasa Muni is coming in somebody's village or home, everyone becomes aware and scared. Oh, now Durvasa Muni is coming with his 10,000 disciples. He's not coming alone many times. He comes alone, sometimes with thousands of disciples. And then, of course, he's not invited because a sage or a brahmana is also come to your house uninvited. They can go from house to house to someone or anyone. That they have a nature free to choose to whom they want to go. Especially they like to go to kings. Why? Because the kings are very opulent, they're very charitable, they're very hospitable. That means they easily supply you all kinds of food, palatable food, not only treat nice prasad, nice feast, nice food to eat. So one time Durvasa, he thought, I will go now to this king, Ambarish, from the Surya Vamsa. Ambarish Maharaj is a famous descendant from the Surya Vamsa, from the Surya dynasty, coming from sun god. Actually, all the great kings, they either come from Surya or from Soma. Soma means moon god, or then from Surya, the sun god. All the great kings in this world, they come from these two dynasties. And the Surya dynasty especially is very powerful, very influential all over the world. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was the son of King Nabhaga. His father was Nabhaga and he became Nabhaga. They actually were great personalities too. Very devoted, innocent, simple-minded, although they were kings. And therefore his father and especially his grandfather, Nabhaga, he was very simple, very simple-minded, innocent, and very devoted to father, to superior. It's called Guru Varg. I mentioned this sometimes in classes. I always have to emphasize this devotion. What actually makes somebody qualified is that we are devoted to superiors. And I always have to repeat it again and again. That to devotion superior, from there we can get blessings. We cannot approach the Lord without receiving or first respecting superiors and get blessings from them. And because his whole line from Ambarish Maharaj, his father and grandfather, they were great personalities that became blessings from father and also from Lord Shiva and ultimately from the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Ambarish Maharaj took a birth in this line of Nabhaga, son of Nabhaga, with long A. So Nabhaga, his son became Nabhaga. And then he had a very good son, Ambarish Maharaj, who became the king of the world. That means he had everything on his command. He had everything, palaces, women, nice wife, many opulences, nice army, everything he had. But for him, all this power, all these opulences, was for him like not more valuable than a stone. Normally this mentality or attitude or perception of sages, of renunciates, vairagis, for them, if they have gold or stones or living in a palace or in a hut or on the land, in the forest, underneath a tree, it is no problem for them because they are naturally detached. But from kings, we don't hear that they are detached. They're mostly attached. Raga, they become very attached and want to increase kingdom more and more and their influence and power. Show everyone the power, how great I am. But this king, he was completely different. He was like his grandfather. He was very humble, very dedicated to Brahminical culture and to especially to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore he worshipped the Lord every day, whole life. From very early life on, he was always worshipping the Lord. He felt no attraction for the kingdom. He only ruled the kingdom by the side, as a side effect. His main thing was his devotion, his bhakti, his worship, worshipping the Lord. That was his his great likes. He liked that very much. Because he thought others they can do all these administrative things. But bhakti, I want to do. Nobody else can do it for me. Jobs, all kinds of jobs. Even Prabhupada, for some can employ people to do seva for the Lord, but some we cannot employ. This is worship and for preaching, for distributing books, preaching activities, and also worshipping the deities. One has to be devoted, otherwise the Lord is not accepting that service. One will not become empowered. One has to become empowered to do an intimate and very dear service to the Lord, like preaching and distributing books, and to also produce books. Of course, karmis, they can produce the books, but devotees who are staying behind it, or persons who stay behind it, who write the books, who make commentaries to the books, who are make nice presentation of the book. They have to know Siddhanta, they have to be pure devotee, so that one can get benefited. So that means Krishna works through the devotees who are surrendered unto him. Other jobs so many can do by employment, by payment, but bhakti is available only pure bhakti without payment, without any salary. So it is voluntarily done with love and with devotion. And this is Ambarish Maharaj. He was very intelligent king. He was not attached to his kingdom. He employed everyone else, and he didn't employ brahmanas to do puja. Like nowadays, somebody who is very rich, who has opportunity, he has a whole deity, and doing puja, family deity, puja every day, but not himself. He is employing brahmanas for that. He was doing the puja. But Ambarish Maharaj, he didn't let anyone else do the personal service to the Lord. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo vachamsi vaikunta gunana vanane. So he was fully, everything, full surrender. Hearing, chanting, remembering Krishna, always serving Krishna in various ways, archanam, vandanam, dasyam, sakyam, atmanivedanam, all these processes he fully did. And still the kingdom was running perfectly. Because the Lord was so pleased with the devotion of Ambarish Maharaj that he that he installed the Sudarshan chakra on the side in the kingdom of the palace of Ambarish Maharaj, the chakra, Sudarshan chakra. Was just there protecting, ready to always protect the king. That's the nature of Krishna. The nature of a devotee is to always serve and please Krishna, and the nature of the Lord is always to protect the devotees and give them whatever they need and maintaining them, and especially is protecting them. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya vachanam. In the Sharanagati, we learn the six items of Sharanagati, of surrendering to Krishna. It's not just surrendering, so now I'm offering Dandava Pranam, and then that's it. It is has 6 items surrendering, and this is very important, especially from very beginning on in devotional life, that we learn Sharanagati. Without Sharanagati, we cannot do anything else. We cannot achieve any benefits. So, Anukulyasya Sankalpa, the first item is to accept everything favorable for Krishna's service. Second one, Pratikulyasya Vachanam, reject everything that is unfavorable. Therefore, devotees are following Ekadasi Vrata because that's favorable. They chant certain amounts of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, prescribed rounds given by Guru, Vow, Vrata. That's favorable. Worshipping deity, circumambulating the temple, doing Tulsi Puja, associating with Vaishnavas. This is all favorable service. Unfavorable is that to associate with non-devotees who are not have any bhakti or any interest in devotional service or in bhakti-yoga. Anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya vachanam, rakshishvatite vishvaso, gopritve varanam tatha, atmanikshepa karpanye, sadvidha sharanagati. So this is the Sharanagati given in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Prabhupada in his books is mentioning this process many times. The third item is to always feel yourself that you are protected by the Lord, and that the Lord will maintain you. And the fifth one is to always be meek and humble. Meek and humble. And shut. And fully surrendered. And fully surrendered. Atmanikshepa. Atmanikshepa. Fully surrendered, with not only with the body and with the mind, we are spacing, hovering around, or with the voice, speaking. Body, mind, words, mind, everything. And soul, Atma. Body, mind, and soul. Everything is dovetail. This is yoga. To connect and engage everything favorable in devotional service. And then Krishna promises, I will take care. Tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Whoever surrenders unto me, doesn't matter who you are, I will take care. So now, Ambarish Maharaj, he was so dedicated in devotional service, and he also followed Ekadasi Vrata every Ekadasi, and one time he made a special Vrata for a whole year. And then with his wife together in Mathura, Mathura district, here nearby, in Mahavan, he made this tapasya, Ekadasi Vrata, for one entire year. Not eating and not drinking. Only in the evening he ate a little Ekadasi food, and this he did for 1 whole year. And then in the after 1 year is over, he had to break the Ekadasi Vrata on the proper Muhurta time, as we also do. We know when we have to break, and if we are spacing it out or forgetting it, then it is as we would actually break Ekadasi. So the king was fully aware, I have to break. There was only 1 Muhurta time, that means 48 minutes, less than 1 hour, and 1 unexpected guest comes to him, and it was Durvasa Muni, a great sage, very well known all over the universe. Everyone mostly is afraid of him. The king was not afraid. He immediately, although he was uninvited, he knew he was a Brahmana, he doesn't have to be invited, so he's here. I'm very blessed that the Brahmana, like powerful mystic, he was a mystic yogi, he had all siddhis, all mystical perfections on his command. He was very powerful sage. So the king knew, I will receive him. This is the tradition of, this is culture to receive a Brahmana, anyone, even a poor beggar, to give him. In Bhagavatam we hear so many stories of kings who became glorious because they ultimately gave everything to the guests and those who came to him in need of some food or some water or some shelter. So this is the dharma of a king. So then the king, he received the Brahmana and invited him for prasadam to break Ekadasi. But the sage, because he went to Yamuna to take a bath. Before you take prasadam, you take always a bath. Especially if you come from traveling, so you take a bath, but somehow or other it was prolonged. So Ambarish Maharaj, he knew the etiquette, I cannot eat before the sage is coming. It's not cultured. So I have to wait, and he wait. Sometimes we wait, and the guest is coming late. And then so the king, he thought, oh, what to do? I have to wait, not eat before him, but in the same time I also have to break Ekadasi, because there's only a few minutes left. So he consulted with sages and asked them, what do you think? What should I do? I'm in dilemma now. So the sages told him, you can break Ekadasi just by sipping a little water. So that the king did. So that's in one sense broken and not broken. But when Durvasa Muni came, because he was a seer, he could see in people's mind, he was a yogi. So he could see, the king already ate, he didn't wait for me. So immediately he got very angry, he got very upset, and he took some hairs out ripped it out from his head. Normally they have very long hair, these yogis, matted hair locks. So he ripped it out and threw it in the ground, and then big monster appeared. Boom! Very ferocious monster appeared, and the sage told him, you should kill and punish this deviated and lowborn and fallen king, because he didn't follow the proper etiquette of hospitality. But now, it's not that the king was in trouble, it was Durvasa Muni who got in trouble. Because the king, he was Vaishnava, he was afraid, because a devotee always knows, I'm under protection of Krishna, I'm under the protection of devotional service, So I don't have to defend myself. The king could also call his army and like that and try to defend, but he thought, no, he's a Brahmana. If he wants to curse me and kill me, let it be. After all, he felt very bad also. He didn't accuse the sage. He didn't condemn the sage. Even although the sage wanted to kill and punish the king, he didn't condemn. He thought, actually, it's my fault. It's my mistake. I deviated. Sorry. He was so sorry. And he was well-wishing to the sage. But the Sudarshan Chakra, the Lord's fire disc, was not merciful to the sage. Although the Vaishnava was merciful, because he is always merciful and tolerant by nature, Didikshava Karunika. So he is naturally tolerant and merciful. That's the quality of Vaishnava. So now Durvasa went, and as we heard from Bhagavatam, he went. He was very confused. He was like a man who was hunted by by the police or by criminals who want to hunt him and follow him, and he went to all directions. And ultimately he thought, I go to Brahma, because he had mystic power. He could go even to Brahmaloka. And then he fell to the lotus feet of the Creator, Brahma. Brahma is the creator of this universe, and asked him, please, Father of the universe, please protect me. See, Sudarshan Chakra is behind me. And if you don't believe it, look on my back, because my back has so many brand marks of the Sudarshan. My whole back is already burned. If you don't give me shelter, he will burn me completely to ashes. But Brahma told, sorry, I cannot protect you, because everyone in this world, including me, the great sages, and Shiva himself, Mahadev, Indra, all the great demigods, all the different great controllers, Ishvaras from the universe, and from different planets, they're all under control of the Supreme Lord. We are all His servant. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Britya. There's only one Supreme Lord, and everyone in this universe is His servant. So there's a very interesting description of Kapila Dev to Devahuti in the 29th chapter of the 3rd canto, 38 until 45. Only will read one or two verses and the part of purport of Srila Prabhupada. In the verse 39 of the 29th chapter of 3rd canto, Lord Kapila Dev, he says, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the enjoyer of all sacrifices, is the time factor and the master of all masters. He enters everyone's heart. He is the support of everyone, and he causes every being to be annihilated by another. No one is dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nor is anyone his enemy or friend, but he gives inspiration to those who have not forgotten him and destroys those who have. Out of fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the wind blows. Out of fear of him, the sun shines. Out of fear of him, the rain pours forth showers. And out of fear of him, the host of heavenly bodies shed their luster. Out of fear of the Supreme, the trees, creepers, herbs, seasonal plants, and flower blossom and fructify each in its own season. Out of fear of the Supreme, the rivers flow and the ocean never overflows. Out of fear of him only does fire burn, and does the earth with its mountains not sink into the waters of the universe. Subject to the control of the Supreme, the sky allows outer space to accommodate all the various planets which hold innumerable living entities. The total universal body expands with its 7 coverings under his supreme control. Out of fear of the Supreme, the directing demigods in charge of the modes of nature carry out the functions of creation, maintenance, and destruction. Everything, animate and inanimate, within this material world is under their control. The eternal time factor has no beginning and has no end. It is the representative of the Supreme Lord, the maker of the criminal world. It brings about the end of the phenomenal world. It carries on the work of creation by bringing one individual into existence from another one, and likewise it dissolves the universe by destroying even the Lord of Death, Yamaraj. Purport by Srila Prabhupada: by the influence of eternal time, which is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Father begets a Son, and the Father dies by the influence of cruel death. But by time's influence, even the Lord of cruel death, that means Yamaraj, is killed. In other words, all the demigods within the material world are temporary, like ourselves. Our lives last for 100 years at most, and similarly, although their lives may last for millions and billions of years, the demigods are not eternal. No one can live within this material world eternally. The phenomenal world is created, maintained, and destroyed by the finger signal of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, a devotee does not desire anything in this material world. A devotee desires only to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This servitude exists eternally. The Lord exists eternally. His servitor exists eternally. And the service exists eternally. So the Lord is eternal, service is eternal, the servitor, the devotee is eternal, and the devotional service that is done by the devotee is eternal. It cannot become destroyed by the time factor. Therefore, that's the only intelligent things to do, to build up our riches by devotional service, by bhakti, pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that even Lord Brahma and Shiva and the great Ishvaras in this universe, they're doing that. They know we cannot perform our duties, important function, without the blessing of the Lord, without devotion. Shiva virinchinutam charanyam. Yayam sada yapariva. Yeah, now I've got the word. Jayam sada 11th canto. Here we go. Jayam sada paribhavakyam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shivirinchinutam charanyam Pritatiham pranapala bhavapti potam Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam. My dear Lord, you are the Mahapurusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I worship your lotus feet, which are the only eternal object of meditation. Those feet destroy the embarrassing conditions of material life and freely award the greatest desire of the soul, the attainment of pure love of Godhead. My dear Lord, your lotus feet are the shelter of all holy places and of all saintly authorities in the line of devotional service, and are honored by powerful demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. My Lord, you are so kind that you willingly protect all those who simply bow down to you with respect, and thus you mercifully relieve all the distress of your servants. In conclusion, my Lord, Your lotus feet are actually the suitable boat for crossing over the ocean of birth and death, and therefore even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva seek shelter at your lotus feet. So therefore, devotee, if Brahma or in the human form or a demigod, he always understands by sunrise and sunset our lifetime becomes shortened, even if it is the life of Brahma. Dviprarada means 2 halves of his life, 2 times 50 years. It's a long, long time. Even 1 day, it's very long. Sahasra Patrak, 1,000 times 4,320,000 years is 1 day of Brahma. 12 hours. And he has 100 years like that. So he lives very long time, but he understands also my time will go over, and then I have to die, I have to give up my body. My devotion will not die, because Brahma, he also understood my body, my universe will die, it will become destroyed, but I will not die. My real I, the soul, my devotion, my service, what I did, because he didn't create the universe and maintain the universe and observes the universe on his own, because he was greedy for it, he had a desire for it to control. No, because of the order of the Supreme Lord. The Lord told him, you take care for this universe, you act on my behalf, and don't be afraid, you will not become puffed up. You will not become proud, you will not become attached to your own creation. So that was Brahma's concern. Oh, maybe I will become too much attached to my creation. But Lord told him, no, just stay to your devotional service, to your mission, what you have, and do it on my behalf, as a devotional service to me, for my pleasure, and I will protect you. Your tapasya will protect you, because tapasya, that means devotional service, the holy name, the fulfilling, try to act according to the order of the Lord is not different from the Lord. That will protect you. That will be eternal. It will not become destroyed. So therefore Brahma, he knew about that. Shiva knows about that. All the demigods and sages mentioned here in this verse, they know about that. They're aware, because they're pious living entities. They're not rascals. So they use every day of their life. Ayur harati vaipumsham, udyan nastam yayan nasau, jasyarte yak shanonita uttama shloka vartaya. From 2nd Canto, 3rd chapter, text 17. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all-good personality of Godhead. So therefore a devotee naturally is the most detached, because he always acting under the shelter of the Lord and his devotional service. Therefore he is always happy and satisfied, and he always thinks about, oh, I did maybe something wrong, please excuse me, please, I'm sorry if I hurt or if I did something wrong. So he always thinks in this humble mood, and therefore Krishna always resides in that devotee's heart and is very happy with his attitude. And then the others will get in trouble, and as the story will then tell, they will go to Rasa, will go to several places, even to Vishnu Loka, to try to get shelter. But ultimately he had to go to Ambarish Maharaj, who was waiting for him. He was not eating, he was still fasting. So and Ambarish easily forgave him. He was aparadi, Durvasa, aparadi, Vaishnava aparadi. It's very severe. but the Lodi forgives easy. Anyway, that's the future days of classes. So I stop here. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki.